right, thank you for staying with us. This first leg of the conversation is about what happened at the inauguration of the new cabinet members of the Edo State government, where Governor Okpebholo, while addressing them, told them that they didn't get, to that point, just like that, but because they had a president who was interested actually in everything that happened and supported them. And in fact, no governor supported them like that before. And so they must show their loyalty. And every time they are coming for Exco meetings, he will not forgive anybody who doesn't don their Asiwaju cap. And that has been generating controversies. I allow you to take a listen. Take a look.
This morning, waiting for this to happen. First of all, before we begin, this could have not happened if we do not have a responsible president. We have done so many elections here. The major problem we had was the president is not with us. Am I lying? Am I lying? What do you say to Asiwaju? So let me tell you first, before we begin, you see this cap? I will not forgive any commissioner that is not wearing it. In Exco, if you are not wearing suit, and you are wearing traditional dress, and you are coming to the Exco without this Asiwaju cap, you are going back.
Of course, there you go. You heard the man, Senator Monday Okpebholo, governor of Edo State, saying loyalty must be displayed. And now it's official. When his cabinet members are coming for Exco meetings, once they are wearing natives, they must just wear the Asiwaju cap. So what does this mean? Is it just a political talk? Is it just being humorous? Is this something that should bother anybody? We have a public affairs analyst in the house who will lay his mind on these. Public affairs analyst, Comrade Lanre Fadahunsi, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Right. What do you make of these? Some have said there's nothing to bother about. It's just an oga, talking to his guys to say, we must be loyal. Show your loyalty, and it's no big deal. And some have said, are we saying that that's supposed to be an official meeting, actually, and you are putting it on everyone that this is what you must do? Why should anybody be bothered by that statement from Okpebholo? Is it just political at best?
Well, it would have been political if he was saying it about himself. That anywhere I'm in natives, you will always see me in a Asiwaju cap. And those who now believe in that position can copy him. You don't force it on people. When you are doing well without telling, people want to be like you. They want to dress like you. I'll tell you something. I have some friends who are very close to me. You know that my hat that I wear all the time?
Yeah.
They have started wearing it without telling them so. That will stand with you. Somebody asked a friend of mine that was close to me. He said, why are you carrying Lanre Fadahunsi on your hand everywhere? He said, no, I carry him on my head. Do you understand that you allow people to flow with you? This is the height of sycophancy in our political space, and it's not right. I will make reference to the address of Chief Obafemi Awolowo in 1967 at the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He was talking about the minds of men. It was thought-provoking. And at some point he said, look, whether we are conscious of or acknowledge it or not, the fact remains stubborn, indestructible, that poverty, disease, social unrest, and instability, and all kinds of international conflicts have their origins in the minds of men. How low can one get to make that a policy? It's a state policy by that statement. So to me, I would just look for a tailor that knows how to sew those caps and start selling, because everybody wants to look like that. What is carried in those heads does not matter now. It is the cap they must wear. This is not the fault of Asiwaju. When during election, most times they ask the said governor to speak and Adams or Shiomole keeps interjecting. We thought maybe it was based on limited interlocution or expressive capacity. Maybe he's an intelligent man that doesn't just know how to speak. But this is the height of shallowness. Because to me, hello, even if you believe in God, you carry God on your head. You are not supposed to force God down the throat of others. How much more a human being? So it's not the fault of Asiwaju, and please take that from me. It shows the depth of the mindset of that man in power.
The governor.
The governor.
So you think it's shallowness and psychophancy taken too far? Is that what you think?
It's too far.
The man is saying,
it's too far.
We have never had it this good. The president has supported us. We wouldn't have been here if the president doesn't support us. So all of you, in as much you are wearing suit, always done this cap, or you not be allowed. If you come to Exco meetings, you'll be sent back. Show your loyalty.
I want us to copy Asiwaju would have been enough. If some people's faith and belief does not do that, and you are now forcing it on them, and they are the representatives of their communities, then you are trying to make them do, like I'll tell you, a Jehovah's Witness, no amount of conviction will make them take blood transfusion. Do you get? Yeah. It's their faith. If I die, I die. Is that going to be your problem? Of course, in some nation states, they might be saying, no, we can't force it on you because you will be a problem to the state, and they try to take you to court in some instances. But in this one, Femi, let's be sincere. Hello, people talked about the limitations of the a lot of times. You recall was it the budget he was trying to deliver? Look at all those glitches, but people will be like, maybe he's not a public speaker, maybe he lacks rhetorical skills. Does he lack thinking skills too? Must you make that a state policy for people? What has that cap done to change the lives of your people? Your position, your activities as a governor would have been enough to make people want to be like you, want to wear the cap you wear, because you have shown them capacity, you have shown them strength, you have shown them depth. But to now make it a policy statement, I know a lot of other people deep within the party will condemn that because those who probably for personal reasons feel different that might add value to the government in that state might not add that value that is positive anymore because of that position statement that you have made. And some idiots and sycophants who are always ready to do that will be part of an Exco that might not get anywhere. Because those who can give deep speech and all, well, they can dance around. Those who don't want to be a part of those shenanigans can just decide to wear suits like we are done in today. Then maybe that would be safe. At least it would be strange to wear that cap on a suit like mine.
Comrade, you asked a question. You said, what has that cap done for them? What if the cap is putting money in his pocket and that of his, friends?
I believe...
So he sees the cap as a mascot.
No, to a lot of probably deep thinkers along that line, maybe that cap put power in his hands, rightly or wrongly. It is God. But you see, we are in a nation where we must sincerely look at issues because we don't want to wait for another 20-something years and now get the story of Babangida that, look, we did something in 2023, we did something in 2019, is why you have this. We don't want that anymore. Let people tell their stories immediately. I'm expecting to read the Mahmoud Yakubu story now, not in 20 years' time, so that we can know the truth of what is happening to us and then as a nation decide. Look at the gale of defections. In this studio, I told you I'm being prophetic. Have you forgotten? I said, look, let all the governors go to one party. The people will be on the other. That's the reality of life. You cannot interpret my life for me. Have you been served? If you ask me and I say, no, I have not been served, you can't force that down my throat that I must maybe wear a cap or say I must. So if all the governors think they have been served individually, they may move into a party. And I told people in the so-called opposition, the PDP, if they're leaving you now, don't be surprised. Somebody has been, you kept a snake in your house and you want people to be populating your house. They can't come there.
Okay, Comrade, let's look at the deeper implications of this directive by the government. Now it's become more like a state policy, like you said, coming from the governor, making it an order that for every executive meeting, they must don that cap. What are the deeper implications of this? Now, you can ask someone to wear a cap. Yes, he believes the cap is his own mascot. He has taken the cap as a mascot. That's insignia on the cap. He strongly believes in it. He's supporting Mr. President. But again, does he really, what does he say about our democracy? That's number one. Number two, forcing people to wear a particular cap. Does it really mean he's in control of the people's minds? Can he force them to vote in a particular direction? So what do you think are the deeper implications of this move by the governor of Edo State?
It explains just what I've said earlier, the depth of the man and the kind of mind of that person. If you want to project Asiwaju in Edo State, you would have been doing wonderfully well in education, you've been doing wonderfully well in youth employment, you have been doing wonderfully well, and all of those things in infrastructural development, so that people will be like, wait a minute, we thought Asiwaju did not give us a good man. Not the cap. So when you are going on inspection, you see young people even adorn themselves with paper with that design on it, that this is a person we ought to follow. But you are making it a state policy, and the people are looking around them and they can't see a reflection of positive development in their lives, in their surrounding. The cap doesn't, and I know that you will see that some governors that are going from PDP into the APC that have done well. I think they speak well about the Enugu governor. I'm not from there, but in some instances you see, and they said somebody that is doing well is leaving you for another place. That is a win for APC if some good governors are leaving the PDP to join them. But if you are an APC governor that you have not reflected positive development in the lives of your people, and you're talking about a cap, then the thinking cap, I think, is not part of the cap you want to project. Yes, because if indeed you have the thinking cap, you would have want to touch the lives of the people positively and sit back and see how they will wear that cap.
So are you saying, are you saying the governor is bereft of ideas?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that along the line we thought he lacked intellection in terms of expression. That probably there is a depth within the person, because I'm not the one saying this. We saw on video when a governor could not say how much the budget of his state was. You know, we also, the world saw it.
Perhaps he was scared of figures.
Oh, figures before your people, your citizens. Well, that we excused with, it could happen to anybody, it might be possible. When it comes to simple questions, that you are in the media, you ask me a question, I'm trying to speak. The people are watching and listening to us. Is this guy making sense? Do you get the drift? For a long time, people have seen that even simple questions, it required an Oshomole to quickly interject. Maybe he's a stammerer, maybe, but at this level.
That was during the campaign.
Yes, so what I'm saying now is, at this level, no, the budget was not campaign anymore.
Yeah.
You were supposed to take charge. So if it had been possible for Oshomole to help at that level too, probably, but it did not happen because it's not supposed to happen. Oshomole ran his time. The next man, Obaseki, ran his time. He's supposed to stand and lead from the front. But if at some point it's because of maybe he can, but this one, ordinarily, I believe, wow. When you wow people with positive development activities that show that there is depth in this person, you don't need to tell them. I see a lot people wonder why I wear the heart. I saw somebody who was doing well in his line and calling, and one day he dressed like that and I fell in love as a young man. You see, these are things you do as role models to people who are. Some of us, while we were in school in the university, used to do our tie, not our ties like Gamaliel and also he had like a dimple in the middle, because that was a Spartan leader. You look at what leadership is pushing for.
But then, Comrade, so many things would do, so many persons would do and copy so many things for
without forcing it down your throat.
Yeah,
for different reasons. Down your throat. Let me Some people might, you know, there's a guy that dances like our governor.
Yeah,
resembles him even at that.
Yeah, in physique.
Fine. So I mean, he felt. Look,
let me add to this now.
Please do.
You know, for fairness and balance. That at that statement, that wasn't the only thing the governor talked about. You know, Governor Okpebholo, where he said, if you're not wearing that particular Asiwaju cap, you will be sent back at Exco meetings. He said, while I congratulate you on your deserved elevation, I want to warn that your appointment is not for personal enrichment. You are not here for money making, but for service, for sacrifice, and for a better life for Edo people. And he charged the appointees to embrace teamwork, discipline, and a shared sense of purpose. He said, may I remind you that this administration has zero tolerance for corruption. You are expected to display discipline, teamwork, and loyalty to the people of Edo State. History will judge us for our actions, not our intentions. So, truth can coexist there. For him, do this. The president had helped us. Show your loyalty. Come to Exco meetings in this particular color or cap. But let me remind you, you have to work. You don't have to make money for yourself. You are here for service, for sacrifice. So what's the takeaway there for you?
For me, actually, honestly,
it says so many things.
Beautiful.
And two truths can coexist. Dress this particular way, but work for the people.
Yeah. And
so why is he getting this?
I'll tell you my position on this.
Yeah.
It's a job I did for decades.
Right.
Writing speeches for leaders. So if I translate my mindset into the speech I've written for a leader, in most cases, my leaders read good speeches. It doesn't translate to their mindset of what they want to do.
Okay.
I've had a friend that worked with a governor and he was like, look, when we were campaigning to the people, these were the issues germane that we said we were going to touch. You are in government, we have derailed. Please, I want to resign and go for masters in England. He said it is an enemy action if you resign. If you want to go, just walk away. Walk away from what we promised the people. So that's the depth, that's the moral decadence we have been through in Nigeria. It was part of a movement, new Nigerian nationalist movement, that we walked from Lagos to Abuja. In real time, I was the media chief of that group. Because some people told us they walked from Lagos to Abuja in a week because of Buhari won election. We said, look, you must use intelligence when you want to approach issues. What's the mileage from the National Assembly in Lagos, old National Assembly, to the new one at Abuja? 840 kilometers thereabout. So it will take us like 40 days of 20 kilometers walk. You use intelligence at this level. But some people just told us, oh, and they will be going into some palaces, walk there, take pictures with some emirs, and say, now I'm in Abuja, I've walked from Gombe to... That was why we went through all those lies in Abuja days.
Comrade, if you get my drift, I'm saying he said other things.
All those other things,
apart from the clothes thing,
should not have been laid
the cap thing.
Under the cap thing. The cap thing, somebody was coming with a vibrant policy all night. He was reading on how to project something intelligent to change the lives of Edo people. He got to the meeting place. He forgot to bring his cap from home. He could walk back. He can't walk in. He walked all night. You remember that speech of Chief Awolowo, that while we at our desks read deeply to change things, some are women of easy virtues.
Absolutely.
We know people, we have seen leaders that can lead and guide us in our lives and the types of choices we choose. That is a no-no for me. It doesn't show depth, because somebody that can look at it this way. Did you ever see the Oluwasomis going on campaign with Awolowo? But those were the ones distilling intelligence into the activities of government. The Makindepes, the Makindes, those were the people that would sit back. Even the Owemechili is not Yoruba. That's on this particular issue, which is your field of intelligence, advise us. Freely given. No payment. That is what grows nations. That is why the likes of Awo could be Cocoa House and a small house for himself. The mindset of leadership has changed. If an Okpebholo, I don't know what you call the name perfectly. Okpebholo becomes a billionaire tomorrow on account of being a governor, nobody asks questions.
All right.
That's why we're saying we must have a departure from that mindset of using very mundane, obtuse things to say we want to direct the reasoning of people. I told some people, I said, look at me this way. It is not out of pride or arrogance, but knowing self-worth. I love boots. I like boots. I never lick boots. This is boot licking to my mind.
All right, comrade. Let's take a closer look, a critical look at this support, the massive support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is getting at this point. Apart from Governor Okpebholo, Monday Okpebholo, who just made that, outrageous demand of his, cabinet. Let's look at other governors who've been tilting towards Mr. President. Let's take, for instance, the governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, Charles Soludo. When he visited Mr. President, he's from ABGA. He belongs to ABGA. And he was wearing a cap with that same logo. Now, looking at this massive support, I mean, everyone just trying to show solidarity, just trying to support Mr. President, even in Osun State, the Osun State governor, Governor Deleke, also declaring open support for Mr. President. In your own opinion, Comrade Fadahunsi, do you think these people are supporting the president simply because Mr. President has done fantastically well? Is it because of his performance? Is it because of his credentials? Or what do you really think is the cause, is the reason for this? Why people are supporting him to the point of forcing it down the throats of people? Is it simply because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done fantastically well for Nigeria?
Well, if we must say the government of President Tinubu has done well for the governors, maybe it has not reflected in the infrastructural growth.
For the governors?
Yes, for the governors. And so for them to fall over each other, I don't think there's any strange thing there. But I kept saying that if you those times that you're on radio, you get vox pop of people calling in, right? And you know the level of what the expression of the people has been. And so at some point, the people have decided to leave the political class on the side. So let them fall over each other in saying, yes, we are doing well, we are perfect. But I will always say this. Now, ASU is having problems. Have you heard the political class speaking to that? And this same political class, you see their pictures all over the place, their children graduating in England, in America. You get, so the drift is not for people who understand what is going on. To be part of that windmill, like chaff before wind, because that's what we are calling.
But it's not worrisome, comrade. It seems as if Mr. President has bought over the political class already.
No, I will always be sincere with you. My university degree was signed by Wande Abimbola as my vice chancellor. And so Wande Abimbola in the United States, whilst they were talking about the income of professors, said his gardener earns in a week what professors are paid in Nigeria. As a visiting professor, the wages of Professor Wande Abimbola will be very close to the wages of the American president. In America. So look at it this way now, that an assembly member now takes like 19 million in a nation that takes its professors 600 max. Can you now, so what are you falling over each other for as policy? Other than the fact that the political class have kept themselves on a side as, yes, we rule over you. You don't serve the people and make them be like they are slaves before you. They are supposed to be citizens. So until we try to treat our people as citizens, we are just making or having a walk in the park. We can have the real development that we need. It will be genuine by all standards. That is the truth. And so it looks painful. We cannot remove from the efforts of the president, but the truth remains that it's not yet to rule.
So how do you think this will affect democracy in Nigeria?
If you looked at our conversations in recent times, I kept repeating one thing, the gown and town. I've given up personally. I'm not talking about Nigerians. They may still hope there's something called transition or democracy that they are thinking about, but we have lost that to human errors. And so as it stands, those governors who are saying, I'm still in my party, but we are supporting Asiwaju, knows they are dealing with the master of the game. And so when you're dealing with the master of the game, he knows the ropes and the rules, so you have to fall in line. So what we advocate, I personally advocate now, is for Asiwaju to close his eyes to sycophants, because those are the kind of people in the corridors that surrounds leaders. It's not the fault of leaders. But as a leader, you must, I remember Ambassador Adejare Bello, as a media proctor, I asked him a question on my program. I said, look, Mr. Adejare Bello, Right Honorable, you are a speaker now. How close are you to your corridors to know what goes on there? He said, as speaker, at times he comes out to sit in his anteroom with his staff. Some will come in and be saying normal things. Some will be pretending, but he tries to get in. That's what leaders should do. You are surrounded by liars.
Absolutely.
Some come with charms to make sure you don't make the right decisions. That's the problem that leaders face on the daily, and we must say this. Some will come with charms, with what they believe in, to override you and control you. And so when people around you want to control you, they can't tell you to have a right policy if it will affect their business mercantile orientation. And so you as a leader, you think, no, God, we are doing well. You're not doing well. But those around you, because they are eating from the table, would not want anything to change. We were at Obafemi Awolowo University, arts lecture series, and former information minister Lai Mohammed was there as a guest speaker. So he now said, hey, there was a time somebody amongst them joined government. And so they were like, when he now left government and came back, they were now like, wait, Mr. Man, what happened? You were part of us. We're always complaining. We talk about ASU. We talk about this. When you now joined, you kept, I said, you don't eat where you are talking. It's bad etiquette. He said it himself.
You don't talk where you are eating.
It's bad etiquette, bad table manners. So, I mean, listening to, that was a place where the students, as MC of that event, I asked the students, now you have the heirs of all. Babari Akonde was there, Lai Mohammed was there, and a host of big people. As the students, what do you really want? They said, we need hostels on campus. Living in town gives them freedom. They can sleep with themselves, they can do everything. But in the campus hostel, males cannot sleep in female hostels. They said that was what they wanted. Has any government looked that way since then? So the point is, there must be that 360 degrees. And so when you are not in the locus of it, you cannot achieve it. So once you know the center of achieving such is not anywhere near there, you just allow what? So I'm saying the president should go to the ground community. Go to Amaduguri, Amadubelo, go to Zaria, go to Ife, go to Ibadan, call the eggheads, put them, these still policies that can make this the government has removed subsidy, there is revenue there. The government has done flotation of forex, there is revenue there. The government has borrowed. Let it now reflect in the lives of the man on the street. And so let the intelligentsia, the academic community bring up programs that are not guided by APC and PDP and Labour Party, so that we can move forward. In terms of election, have moved on. Because unless there is a concrete review of electoral process, I don't see much. I don't want to weigh my belief on it anymore.
All right.
As a person.
Yeah, all right. As we round off, right, on this particular conversation, yesterday, talking about everybody working towards the center, even the latest is Doyediri, who has said he has resigned, but he hasn't officially stated where. All right. Fayose said there are 3 more that are waiting to join, and the other 5, because PDP only has 8 now, as far as governors are concerned, the other 5 will stay in their party and will be seriously working for Asiwaju. And even on the election day, he said by 4 p.m., they might take a plane to Abuja to go and show Asiwaju, or to Lagos to go and show him that this is our scorecard. We have worked for you. Meaning, as far as he is concerned, as Oshokomole Fayose, he believes the election is done and dusted. We should talk about other things. That is for Fayose. And he is a politician of no stomach infrastructure with the controversy around it, but he's saying that is the reality. Let nobody deceive themselves. And he's sad, and as far as he is a member of the PDP and chieftain, for him, PDP is dead. Just wait for 2027 for Asiwaju to continue. You agree?
You are my friend on this channel, and I said it always, that Wike is in PDP to kill it. Severally, I've said that severally. And I begin to wonder why some politicians are so glued into believing a miracle can happen. Somebody is holding you by the jugular, saying it's part of you. When he wants to go out of the house, he locks the gate, you are inside. And you still say you have a home? So to me, I've long gone past that. And I think, let me tell you,
do you agree with Fayose that everything is done and
do you know one funny thing?
Yeah.
He's an old schoolmate of mine. We attended Olivet. So maybe it's in the spirit of an Olivetian to tell you the truth as it is. Whether you like it or not. That's why it's been controversial all along. And look at it this way. How did Fayose emerge a governor? The governor, Adebayo, son of General Adebayo, that all those credentials, was governor. Roads had potholes. You left them undone. Fayose went and started patching roads. Just somebody from England that lives in Ibadan, started patching roads. People will say, at least they don't have water. He brought water tankers, was feeding people with water free. They said that water is not good though. It's spiritual water. They, okay, we'll wash clothes with it, even if we won't drink it. Why not solve the problems of the people? You allow somebody to just take an advantage of it, and before you need, there's Thomas infrastructure. He said, well, I will tell you what I saw. We went on a media interaction. He was going around. I actually entered the shop of an old woman and was like, Mama, forenko, as in, where's your vegetable pot? That old woman, she just brought it out, put that cornmeal inside, and he was eating without talking. The woman was talking to him. You can't change the woman's mind. It was not by accident. That's what he's doing with them. When he wanted to bury his father from Ibadan, he carried by force. You want to kill me politically? You can't bury this man in Ibadan. From Ado, they came to meet him with motorbikes. He rode a bike to carry his father to bury at home. So all these things. But with that position of Fayose that he said, and you are agreeing with us, as Oliventerian. I've left the election. I just said it before you mentioned. Is that not disrespectful to the millions of Nigerians who feel this is completely not about us again? Some of us who have the same view. So the millions of people to say repeatedly, you don't matter. There must be electoral review before we can get a headway in the democracy of now.
Well, we have it in the offing right now. They're talking about electoral reforms.
Good. So once that is in place, once institutions are stronger than individuals, then it's okay. But now people have looked at it in a nation of statutes and rules and regulations. The president has been very magnanimous. Extended the service years of judges, extended the stay of the Inspector General of Police. And so, to whom much is given. And those are the ones to. So, to me, unless there are reforms, institutional reforms, that can make us have a level playing ground. All right. But I'll tell you something that politicians don't know. In 15 From outside, 15 seconds. Asiwaju told people power is not served a la carte. Yeah. If he's in power, will he watch? That is my case. All right. That's a good place to leave it. And that's a very big question you have raised there. All right. You know, for many Nigerians to be watching, these agreements that you've had with your brother, Oshoku Fayose, some will say this is disrespectful to Nigerians because it makes them look like they don't matter in the scheme of things. For Fayose, I just said, that is the reality. What we are seeing right now. Comrade, an Oliventerian, you know, that's what you call yourself. An Oliventerian. Olivet's yeah. It's all right. Femi Ojo is my name, but I'm not Oliventerian. I am where I belong. Don't worry. And very soon, I will encourage you to bring your children so that they will get real school. That will not be conversation for here. Yeah, I understand. All right, thank you for your time and your take. We take a quick break right now. Thank you, Comrade Lanre Fadahunsi. Thanks for having me. We take a break, and when we return, we speak to another critical matter, especially in the state of delivery in Spring Goshen State. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.